All right, and I think we are live. Let's just make sure. But I think we are. And oh, sounds like it. So welcome everyone to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. My name's Cal, and this is Scotland versus France. It's going to be a big game. I think both sides are looking to get like obviously France need to start. They haven't even started. They played so poorly against Ireland. Not taking anything away from Ireland, they were class, but I think France need to come out and show something in this game, whereas Scotland need to try and recreate what they did against Wales in the first half. I'm just going to make 100% sure that my MacBook speaker is on. Let me check. Give me a second. Okay, good. It's working. Scotland, obviously, that second half against Wales was not good, just as Wales's first half was shocking. Um, and Scotland have always had the trouble of not being an 80-minute game team. And the problem with the last game of theirs was they were a 43 odd minutes team in that game. They were unbelievable in that first half. They were amazing, but they just fell off the horse as soon as they scored that first try in the second half. Whereas France, they need some cohesion. They're missing Dupont, they're missing Ntamak, and it shows. It really shows. And that's not saying that Luca and Jalibert are bad. They are not. They're brilliant players. But France have just been lacking something since they got knocked out of the World Cup. It clearly stung a bit. And I suppose, in a way, it could potentially come at the expense of Scotland if because they're looking to now find that form. Whereas Scotland, there's been a lot of chat about them in the week. A lot of I think it was a former Irish international saying after that first 40 minutes, Scotland were probably thinking, "Oh, we can get a Grand Slam this year." And after at the end, they were, you know, he was saying that they seem to always get ahead of themselves, which it's an interesting take, and I think it's probably fairly accurate. Scotland haven't won a Six Nations since what? Since no, they've never won a Six Nations. They haven't won the tournament since its inception, um, and you know they've been on the I'd say the brink of it a few times where people have thought this is their year, but it's been constant. It's always been this could be their year, and it's sad because Scotland have had so many good players, but they've always tripped at a certain point. But they've got a very good opportunity here. They're at home and in Murrayfield for the French game, and they need to get a second win on the trot. Whereas France, they need to get started. They're sitting bottom of the log below Italy at the moment. Team news, just before we I suppose get into the actual team sheets. Luke Crosby and Richie Gray are both out for the rest of the tournament, while former skipper Jamie Ritchie has been dropped from the 23 altogether. Rory Darge is coming into the back row. He's, I think, the co-captain as well. And Jack Dempsey is also on in the back row with Matt Fagerson, who moves from 8 to 6. Um, Grant Gilchrist is replacing Richie Gray at lock. Whereas France have made two changes to their team. The second row, Cameron Woki comes in to replace suspended Paul Willemse, and Cameron Woki is a bloody good player, so that I think they'll be bolstered by that. And that means Paul Willemse is missing the next two Six Nations games because of his red card. It looks like it's a 50th cap for Damien Penaud. Yeah, I think it's a 50th cap for Damien Penaud as well, running out ahead of the teams as they make their way onto the field right now. And also Louis Bielbieri has replaced Moefana on the wing, and I think that's a good change. He injected a bit of pace when he came on last weekend. And then Alexandre Roumat is on the bench with prop Taufi Feneur, who replaces the injured Raider Wardy. And I think it's an interesting thing because of the past, let's say maybe not the last couple of years, but before that, say the 15 years before that, France have been this team where it's always the commentators saying which French team will turn up today, and I think Scotland have taken that mantle off them now. I think Scotland really have blown so hot and so cold, not just in uh, over the period of a tournament, but in a single game, and you saw it last weekend. So it's something that they need to get right, and I imagine after the scathing words from their own captain, Finn Russell last week, that they've certainly got around the campfire and hashed it out. So just as we're lining up for the players' greetings, and then the obviously the anthems as well. We'll go through the teams, starting with the home team, obviously. So Björskman at number one, Turner at two, and don't forget he got a yellow card last weekend, and Xander Fagerson at three, Richie Gray and Cummings at 4 and 5 respectively, with Fagerson, Darge, and Dempsey in the back row. White takes his place again at number nine, Finn Russell obviously at 10, and then it's a much unchanged, for the most part, unchanged backline for Scotland with Duan van der Merwe, Tuipulotu, and Hugh Jones. Rowe shifts from 15 to 14 and makes a place for Patterson. When you look at France, though, obviously they've had their two changes, but by Malvaca and Antonio in the front row, Woki and Gabrilag at in the locking pairing, Crow, Olivon, and Aldrit in the back row. Then on to number 9, Luca and Jalibert take their places at 9 and 10 again. Bielbiari onto the left wing. Danty and Fuku, common, you were used to seeing those two in the centre pairing at these days. Although Danty had a uncharacteristically poor game last weekend against Ireland. And then Damien Penno, as always, on 14, and Ramos at 15. Looking at the benches for Scotland, Ashman, Hepburn, Miller Mills, Skinner, Christie, Horn, Healy, and Redpath. There's been a bit of talk about Christie coming onto the bench because he's a bit of a smaller unit to support the back row, but their back row at the moment is quite beefy, so they're clearly not too worried about that. And France, Marchand, Taoufik Fenua, Aldegheri, Tuilagi, he is on the bench again, the 150 kg 19-year-old. Roma, Boudant, Legaric, and Moefana on the bench. Moefana obviously dropping to the bench to make way for Bielbiari, which I think, considering World Cup form and form even prior to that, is probably a good shout. I think that Bielbiari is something special. Head-to-head, France's 36-17 win in 2022 ended a run of 3 Six Nations defeats at Murrayfield. Prior to that, Scotland had won just one in the previous 8 Six Nations home meetings. Scotland could win their opening 2 games for only the second time in the Six Nations era, having done so against England and Wales last year. So it took them a long time to get those opening 2 wins. They've won 6 of their last 7 home tests, including the last 4, the longest run at Murrayfield since 2018. That sequence included a 32-26 win over France. France have won 9 of their last 11 Six Nations matches, with both defeats coming against Ireland. So they've got a good track record in general across the board. And their 21-point defeat to Ireland in round 1 was the biggest losing margin at home in this championship since England beat them 39-13 in 1914. So that's a long time. Just looking at the match officials, Nick Berry of Australia is going to be holding the whistle today, with touch judges Nika Amishukeli from Georgia and Jordan Way, also from Australia, with Brian McNeice from Ireland as the TMO. So we'll definitely see how much the TMO is involved today. Looking at the Six Nations log, though, Ireland obviously topping the pool with the bonus point victory over France and a points difference of 21. England and Scotland both on 4 points respectively, although England slightly ahead with the +2. They're 3 points difference to Scotland's 1. So France haven't even got a log point yet, so they're definitely out for blood today. This time, Richard, I would love that. In all honesty, I would absolutely love that. I'm not sure that France will be hurting, so let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a big game, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. Replacing Steve after his house was struck by lightning, and he's got no Wi-Fi. It would have been Steve, doing this stream, but you've got me today, so congratulations. If you are in the chat, let me know what you think your score predictions will be, who you reckon's going to win, who's going to stand out. If you want to, you can ask me questions as well. Hello to all from Kamisberg, Namakwaland, from Richard. How you doing, mate? I don't think I ever went to Namakwaland. Namakwaland. Here we go, the French national anthem, and I got to admit, as an Englishman, it's nice to hear a nice national anthem once in a while. One of the biggest pleasures about living in South Africa is I didn't have to hear "God Save the Queen" all the time, and I am an England fan, begrudgingly. Trust me, it's a rough road for me, especially when you're also a Natal Sharks fan. Not gonna lie though, that tracksuit top for France is nice, and I would not mind one of those. I just love the French kits; they're really nice. Just going through the anthems here and some shots of the crowd, and just some lovely get-ups there. Murrayfield's always a cool place to go. It's a great atmosphere in Murrayfield. I get to go there occasionally. Yeah, I think Scotland are going to miss Gray and who was the other one? And Crosby being out for the rest of the tournament. Um, so they're also going to look. They're looking to go with a 6-2 split on the bench, and the bagpipers on top of the stadium as they signal "O Flower of Scotland," arguably the best anthem for me. I thought I heard William say William Wallace will be one of the subs to say it today. Well, I mean, wouldn't Scotland love that? Wrong enemy, but yeah, wouldn't that be great? Who would you might have thought I said that for? Ashman, Hepburn, Miller, Mills, Skinner, Christie, Horn, Healy, and Redpath. He doesn't sound like any of them. So, but fair enough. I imagine Scotland would love having William Wallace with his great claymore on the. I've actually been up the monument, William Wallace Monument in Stirling. It's an amazing little. It's almost like a mini castle, but the climb is up those stairs is so narrow. Got to fancy Scotland today. France heads are gone. It'll take some time to heal. Um, I don't know. Like it's clearly been a thing for them that Dupont's not here because you look at how Dupont's been playing for Toulouse and just their form in general. I think France are paying for much like England have been for how many internationals they've got in their leagues. Um, but I think this not having Dupont has shown us just how France are. They've built their whole game, their identity around Dupont. And to be fair, I'd say they would also be. They're also missing. Oh my god, I can't even remember his name. The fly half, Intermac. I think they're missing him as well. But you can just see the difference. And I'm not saying Luku's a bad player. He's not. You can see how he plays for his club. That he's amazing. But yeah, it's just France don't look the same. They look listless without Dupont. Finn Russell looking to obviously he had a great game last weekend. Looking to have back that up with another one this weekend, and hopefully get his team to listen to him. He is co-captaining with Rory Darge today. Special day for Darge instead of being the full captain and then two co-captains. I don't have a. I'd say you need a captain and a vice captain. That's the whole point of it. You have one in the backs, one in the forwards, but then you have the one who makes the overall decisions, which is basically what co-captains are. I don't know what the point of a co-captain is anymore, or not anymore, but I just don't know why it's there. Still, France still have the best squad and depth in the world, even without Dupont. They're just damaged goods right now. Yeah, I mean, look, they do have a lot of depth. I'll give them that. And the good thing for them is they're not having to. They've got a very young team. They're not having to debut a lot of players like right now, like Wales are, like England are. So yeah, I think it'll be when they click, finally get their heads back. It could be in this game. That's when they'll kick on. but we'll see how long it will take them. So just getting ready for kickoff here. And this game is going to be a cracker, methinks. Let me know if you can hear the commentary from my laptop, and I will turn it down. You shouldn't be able to. Scotland will kick off, playing left to right. So it is Finn Russell with the fade, the fade on his hair. Finn Russell launches it down to the left, although a bit more in field than I would say he usually does. Taken in by Olivon. So France have it. Luku looking at box kick here. France playing in their white kit, and it honestly, I love white kits. Luku clears for Penaud to chase, doesn't find touch, and Patterson brings it down. Penaud finds his man. Ben White, Fagerson. Let's see who we got. Okay, so Ollie, I agree. I think with the Olympics in mind and the loss of the World Cup still heavy on their minds. Yeah, cross-boarding, go Scotland. By the way, I am supporting Scotland, although I am wearing a French rugby club's kit. I played for this team. You might be able to see it in a second. I played for this team in the south of France called Condom, funnily enough. A small little town down south. Played it semi-professional, actually, although we got absolutely monstered because we were too small as a club. Finn Russell kicks it downfield after that kick from Damien Penaud, and Penaud will return it again, and this time finds a good touch. And I think it's Patterson who's been put into the starting lineup. So Turner will have the first line-out throw of the game. And Scotland will be wanting to make sure their line-out functions well. It went well against Wales, but Wales was shocking. Finn Russell kicks downfield off the line-out. It's bounced on the 22-meter line, so Penaud will be able to kick it out if he wants to. He doesn't. He keeps it in field, but it does bounce into touch. It's a good kick, that, from Penaud. Almost up to the Scottish 22, so it's a net gain of 47 meters for France. Just seeing a close-up of Gregor Townsend. I imagine he wouldn't be happy after the second half performance of Scotland last weekend. But the important thing is they did come away with the win. Not the bonus point win, but they did come away with the win. So Turner, second line out of his game. Gilchrist rises high and claims it. They set the maul. Turner's got it at the back. Woki trying to come around the side. Turner feeds Ben White. White. Oh, and he's been caught with the ball by Woki. It's brilliant work from Woki there. And the France have turned it over. Luku to Jalibert. Oh, it's a good spot tackle there from Rowe. He's cancelled out that move just because of the speed of his tackle. Oh, and Finn Russell is bounced by Aldridge. Here's Cyril Bay. Cyril Bay's a quality loose head. I love him. Playing down the left-hand side through Bielbieri to Olivon. France maintaining possession well here, but they're going to lose the ball to a penalty for holding on. And Scotland will relieve some pressure. Oh no, Richard, I am supporting Scotland. I'm just wearing this T-shirt. I do want Scotland to win this. It will set up one massive clash with England, and that's exciting. I think they're playing England next weekend. No, weekend after, because there's a break next weekend. And it's in Murrayfield. And as much as I hate to say it, Scotland should beat England in Murrayfield. Good kick there from Finn Russell. Brings play just outside France's 22. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Woki who interrupted Ben White. It was Unio Antonio. So Ben White had a knock on there, but Scotland with a great attacking platform just outside of France's 22. They claim the ball again, this time through Darge. Out to Turner. White goes to Tuipulotu. and he's knocked it on. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Tupolotu. It was Hugh Jones. So it's a knock on. France have the ball back, and Hugh Jones is down. Got a big hit there. Luca kicks downfield. He has found touch, a good touch there, and the ball's bounced back in field. So Patterson won't have the time to take it quickly. Really good clearance kick there from Luca. And 5 minutes into this game, still 0-0. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Hugh Jones tried to offload it to Dodge, and they both got hit in the same tackle. And Dodge knocked it on, actually. But you can see their attacking intent, and it's good to see from Scotland. They'll want to get points on the board early against this French team, just to give themselves a little bit of a buffer. Looks like it's Hugh Jones's knee actually that got a bit of a hit in that tackle, and he looks a little bit of discomfort there. If it is his knee, he's probably going to have to go for an early substitution here. Oh, yeah, no, that didn't look good. Oh, and it's Dante who slammed both of them together, and Fiku who tackled Darge. I'd say arguably early, but um, the thing is that with a knee, he's going to stay on. With a knee, you have to be careful. Like, if you know there's something wrong, you just have to get off. Like, you do not want to be sitting on the sideline for months when just so that you can play a couple more minutes and then come off anyway. He needs to be careful with this decision making here, Hugh Jones. But he's a good player. Scotland do not want to lose him. So it'll be a line-up throw to Scotland, just inside, I think, their own half. There's a good challenge there from Gabriel, but he doesn't manage to get it. So Scotland will set the maul. Turner's got it at the back. Turner's still got it. The maul's not really moving now, so White is going to have to use it. He does, and launches a box kick for. Is that Rowe? No, it's Duan. For Duan to chase. France have it back now, and they're attacking through Gabriel. He's been ceremonially dumped, but not illegally. Luku has it at the back, and he's going to kick for Penno to chase. It's a good kick. It's playable. Patterson steps inside. Woki wraps him up. Ben White decides to go left. Goes to Fagerson. And it looks like Ben White will set a box kick here and look to relieve some pressure and get themselves out of their own half. Duan's going to chase and does. Duan, who basically looks like a lock. Oh, and there's a knock on there from France. And Dar just picked it up. Scotland have a very good opportunity here. They need to shift the ball quickly. White. But Russell. Out the back to Tupolotu. Out the back to Duan. Duan feeds Patterson. Patterson's got Rowe outside him. He doesn't manage to get it off. Oh, and Scotland are going to score here. Ben White's over. And great hands. Great offloading there from Scotland. Brilliant attack down the right-hand side. And Patterson making the right decision not to pass to Rowe on his outside, but to put the ball under his arm, keep running, ride the tackle and offload. And Scotland do get the first try. And that is the start Scotland needed. And Ben White, on his 20th cap, scores his 4th international try. Great try there from Scotland. And just a brilliant move there. Lots of wraparounds. Fiku left in no man's land there. He does get it back to tackle Patterson, but the offload's already happened. Ben White with a little juggle, but manages to gather it and rides the tackles and slides over the line. Great quick hands from Hugh Jones there. And that's a brilliantly worked try there from Scotland. That all came from Fiku getting stood up by Duan. Bielberry trying really hard to get back and latch onto Ben White, but just not enough, and he slides over. Now, can Russell convert to make it 7 points to 0? Finn Russell was the only one with 100% kicking yet last week. He does notch this over as well. And 7 points plays nil. Quite a cagey start to the game from France, but a very good start from Scotland. Not wanting to play in their own half, using the box kick to get out and get into France's half, and that's paid dividends for them. France kick off. It's into the 22. Fagerson claims it and does set White up for a box kick. White. Been quite a lot of kicking so far in this game. He doesn't find touch, and it's Ramos. And he's met by Turner. Not brought down, and he's broken through 2 tackles there. White has to track back and tackle him on the 22. That's poor defense from Scotland there immediately after scoring. Throw by Luku. Scotland offside, so France with a penalty advantage. Luku again recycles to Danty. Danty out the back to Penaud. Sorry, not Penaud. It was Jalibert. Jalibert feeds Ramos. Luku. Jalibert inside to Gabriel. This is really fast now. France have turned a switch after that try. Luku. Oh, it's a big hit on Olivon. Luku again to Danty. Danty's going to go out the back to Jalibert. Luku to Penaud. Penaud's going to feed Aldrit. They're up to the 5-meter line now. Great carry from Aldrit. Bielbieri can't break through. And they're going to come back for the penalty. Because Darge got over the ball there and stuck to it like a limpet. Although there was already the penalty, so they have to go back. But it was a good turnover there. And I think it's Gilchrist who's been penalised for offside. So I think, I would imagine, Ramos will go for the 3-pointer here and just get them on the board. Let's see. I don't know if any of you are playing in the Six Nations Fantasy. I am, and I've got, I think, 6 players in this game. No, 5. Yet my only Scot is Johan van der Merwe. Oof, that might have been a poor call on my part. I've got 4 French players though, so might have been some dodgy calls there from me. But we'll see. We'll see what happens by the end of the game. So Ramos looking to get this kick over and get France onto the board, and he does so. So Ramos brings the France tally up to 3. Let's see what you guys reckon. Ooh, so slight Scotland edging it in the poll at the moment. 50% of you reckon Scotland going to win. Finn Russell kicks off. 48% reckon it'll be a French win, and 2% with a draw. Olivon carries it back up. Still in the 22, so Luku will be able to kick to touch here. Big shape of Malvaca in the back there, although not going to be used, that's for sure. Luku with a box kick. Certainly he kicks for touch, and I think he'll be just inside his own half. So Scotland with an attacking line out inside France's half. So Scotland take a fairly quick line out there, and they've got themselves back over the halfway with Darge. White going left. Patterson with the skip pass out to Turner. Turner met well. He tries to offload it and straight into Duhan's face. So it's off the head, no knock on. So Scotland have been allowed to carry on. Duhan acting a scrum off. Awful pass from Johan van der Merwe. It was horrible. And he's going to do it again. Much better pass this time. Russell feeds his forwards and Gilchrist. Oh, it's an awful pass there, but it is picked up by, who's that? Who's that? Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones has lost it in the tackle. France are able to play here. Luku spreads it wide to Bielbieri. Bielbieri kicks downfield, but Patterson is back there waiting for it. He decides he's going to get on his bike here and have a run at them, and he gets himself up to halfway. White. Russell out the back to Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones fires a pass to no one, and the ball goes out. Yeah, I think he thought that Duhan van der Merwe was still out on the wing there, but he wasn't. So it'll be a line out inside the Scottish half to France. That was an awful pass. That was an awful pass there from Hugh Jones. But yeah, so it'll be a French line out. Is this the first French line out? Can't be. I can't actually remember. Scotland have already had 3 handling errors. So France throw to the front. They've taken it quickly. Luku goes to Jalibert. Jalibert out to Gael Fickou, who cuts in field. He's straight through the gap. He's got Bielbieri on the outside. He can't get the offload off to him. He's almost over himself. Luku picks up. Oh, and Duhan van der Merwe is intercepted. And he kicks downfield. There's no one back for France, although the ball will trickle out. And whoa, what a line from Gael Fickou there. Brilliant intercept too from Duhan van der Merwe. Fickou just needed to get that on his foot to Bielbieri. Ramos hesitated and he stopped running, and that's cost them there. Luku tries to take it quickly. Duhan van der Merwe gets in the way. Is he offside here? Yeah, Duhan van der Merwe is offside there. Oh, and there might have been some foul play on as a high tackle. Let's see. It's a seatbelt tackle from Van der Merwe. It's nothing. I mean, it's a penalty at most. Nothing serious. But Van der Merwe is offside there. The referee hasn't been advised by the TMO, so it will be a line out. So Scotland come off very well off of that. Malvaka to throw in. They are in their own half. God, 50 minutes in already. And Scotland steal their line out. Turner picks up, feeds off to Dodge. White feeds Russell. Russell to Hugh Jones. Or was that? No, to Pilotu, sorry. White. Dodge again. Dodge has carried a lot in his first half. Oh, no, sorry, that was Turner. And it looks like White is going to do a box kick here. Or is he going back to Finn Russell? Nope, there's a box kick. Oof, and Woki getting very close there. Putting pressure on Ramos here. Duhan van der Merwe. Ramos is up to the challenge. And there's a penalty for hands in the ruck there. And I believe it is Dempsey. Dempsey who's penalised for putting his hands in front of the ball and then drawing them back over it. And it looks like there's going to be an early sub here for Scotland. And it looks like Turner's coming off. And that means Ashman will be coming on. Maybe an HIA? A very early sub. Oh, and I tell you what, France haven't found touch on the penalty. And they launch it straight back downfield. And here is Ramos who launches it again. And yes, Ewan Ashman is on. So, but there was a medic, so I imagine it's for a reason, not just a sub. Interesting. I didn't know that. So they've put sensors in the gum shield, and it lets them know if there's been a hit to the head. So maybe an HIA just based off that. I quite like that. So Scotland, that didn't look straight, but they do win their own lineup. Finn Russell kicks downfield for Rowe to chase. Ramos rises high, doesn't manage to keep hold of it, and it's gone out. So it'll be a very good territory gain there for Scotland. And France are just not looking the solid and ever reliable selves at the moment. They need to. I don't know what it is, but they need to find that spark that they had. And for me, that spark was Dupont. So Scotland go over the top to Tuipulotu. White, Russell steps in field. And offloads again, I think, to White. No, I don't know who he offloaded it to. Skuman with a big carry over. Who's playing 6 for them? Who's playing 6 for Scotland? France. Crow. It's a penalty advantage here for Scotland. So they could have a 3-pointer if nothing else here. And they'll go back for the penalty. And no, it was a no clear release of the tackled player. And it's on Gael Fiku. Of course it is. I just put him in my team. And Scotland are going to go for the corner here, showing their attacking intent. And Russell kicks it to the corner. Doesn't quite find the 5 meter line. Say about 7 meters out. 43 of you watching at the moment. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Don't forget to check out our sponsors in BitDefender and Boyle Sports, both for betting and cyber security. Both very, well, cybersecurity, very important stuff at the moment. So Ashman will have a line out throw here. Scotland 7 meters out. Will they set them? Oh, as a lucky he wasn't seen there. He definitely dummied the throw in. Yeah, and the commentators have called it too, but nothing from the referee. So Scotland will have will maintain possession. I think Skuman's going to carry here. Yep, Skuman with his lack of long hair at the moment. Scotland up to the 5 meter. New man Ashman makes a meter. Scotland looking good. Skuman carries again. Oh, Ben White tries to snipe and gets absolutely monstered in a tackle. And there's a new advantage for Scotland here. Scotland looking very dangerous right now. New penalty advantage. There could be a yellow card coming here for France at this rate. Oh, they changed direction. Finn Russell, dummies one. Oh, God. He smacked into Cameron Wokey there. And Scotland tried to take it quickly through Ben White, but the referees called them to stop. Ben White does dive over, but he's been called back. Not taken from the mark. Do they take the 3 here, or do they go for the try? Nope. Finn Russell decides this is just too easy to get the 3 points. Take it out to a 7-point lead. And Scotland playing with a great level of intent here. Really good methodical play. But now they need to maintain this for another 60 minutes. They do that, France aren't going to touch them. Oh, huge hit on Ben White there from 3 French players. So, Finn Russell, can he make it 10 points to 3? I mean, it's right in front, so if he misses, oh my God. And he does so. So, 10 points, plays 3. And really, really good here from France. Scotland, sorry. The man wearing a Argentina football kit there for some reason. Only in Scotland. But great game management so far from Finn Russell and from Scotland, actually. Long kickoff there. And Gilchrist takes it really well. Bielbieri doesn't try and get up high to challenge. Really good take there in the air from Grant Gilchrist. Ben White looks for a box kick and gets it. Not trying to find touch there. He just kicked it downfield. Ramos does take it cleanly this time. Runs into Ashman. Luku. Oh, and Jalibet's kicked over the top. It's found grass. Jalibet's picked it. Oh, Jalibet almost picked it up. It's a knock on from Finn Russell. And it's sloppy from France. And they'll come back for the scrum. But it's a scrum midfield for France. That's the important part. It is a perfect attacking platform for France here. It'll be difficult for Scotland to defend this. Really good kick over the top there from Jalibert, just not getting there in time. And Finn Russell does knock it on. France with a heavier pack, no surprises there. Heavier front row by 26 kgs. Makes sense with Uni Antonio. I realise it's not Antonio, it's Antonio. Uni Antonio. That's really worrying that the French pack is 928 kgs and it's still lighter than usual. That's just wild. But I suppose Willemse is probably a bit heavier than Woki. So, Luku Feeds the scrum. I'd say he put that directly under his eighth man's feet, but still. France looking to get a penalty at the scrum. Can't do so. So Luku feeds Jalibert. Jalibert steps inside and then feeds Olivon. Luku feeds Biarre. Luku again. They're going to look to use width on this Scottish team. They're on the 22. Now they're into it. Luku to Jalibert. Jalibert with a pass to Antonio. Luku again. Jalibert out the back to Fiku. Fiku steps in field, met by Tupelotu. Finn Russell tries to get over it and steal the ball. Can't do so. Luku to Gabrielag. Or Crow. Might have been Crow. There's really good defence here from Scotland. Malvaca has to act as scrum off. Not a great pass, but France do manage to gather it. It's Ramos. Ramos hit hard by Dempsey. Cyril Bai picks up and trips. Fiku acting as scrum off. Gabrielag. Oh, sorry, Aldred. They're all like scrum off, scrum caps. Oh, this is good from France. Penaud steps back in field. This is what he loves. Always upended by two big forwards, though. Both props. And there's a knock on. Great defence there from Scotland. Not letting France move. That was brilliant defence from Scotland there. Skuman and Zander Fagerson both just upending Penaud, not letting him get on one of those runs that he loves doing. In rugby, you're always taught not to run sideways, but Penaud does it so well and then just cuts in and gets through the line. But certainly didn't let him do it there. 25 minutes gone in this first half, 10 points to 3, and Scotland not only attacking well, but also defending like Trojans. Really good play here from Scotland. It's going to be a scrum here, but we're just waiting for all the, I think, the water and the medics to get off. It will be a Scottish ball, and you would imagine they would look to clear their lines here and just relieve some pressure, get some territory back. But I tell you what, Scotland are by far the better team in this game so far. Now, how do France break down this Scottish defence? That's the question. Do they look to just use one-off runners? Do they look for their star men to make that just random break, or like Gael Ficou did about 10 minutes ago? They need that, but then they need to capitalize on it. And White's got it at the back of the scrum. Pass to Finn Russell. Finn Russell kick downfield. It's found touch. Ramos has got it. Decides not to take it quickly, so it'll be a line out on halfway. And it'll be a French line out. Referee just letting the teams know that he was happy with that scrum and that he wants it like that all game. Malvaca will have a throw in at the line out here. France do sloppily. Oh, they win it originally, and then but it goes to ground, and Dempsey jumps on it. Scotland have the ball back. Finn Russell changes direction and kicks downfield. Could be a 50-22. He's found touch. I don't think it's a 50-22, but it is certainly a pressure kick. He's found a great touch there. Yeah, it's not going to be 50-22. He kicked it from inside his own half, but it was passed back. Brilliant kick over the head of Bielbiaré there. And now France are going to have to not only win a line-out that's not been functioning great, but they're going to have to then manage this and make sure it goes out. And it looks like Turner is coming back on. He looks all right. Malvaca, they're going to go to the front. Again, it's sloppy. Malvaca does manage to pick it up. And it's a good tackle there by Ben White. Luku will definitely look to box kick here, but France's lineout is stuttering. Scotland are disrupting it at every turn. Luku picks up, smacks it downfield. He will have found touch here. Not a huge one. And Rowe does cleanly take it, looking for the quick throw in. Decides against it. But a little bit of pressure relieved there. Tell you what, Luku reminds me of Jason Statham. Just not as tall. And Turner's passed his HIA, so he'll be back on. Ewan Ashman will be making his way back onto the bench. Good impact, though, Ewan Ashman had. Turner goes to the front. No challenge from France. Turner gets the ball back. Oh, it's an awful pass. Penno's got it. He stabbed it downfield, but there's a penalty for offside. France offside, and they'll be fuming with that because that was a clear chance for Penno to try and strip someone in pace. Where was he offside? Debatable. And I think Finn Russell got to take the 3 points here. Colin Thompson, good luck today, Scotland, from your friends in Canada. I mean, I am part Scottish. I am supporting Scotland in this game, but I'd say, unfortunately, I support England overall. Gautier will not be happy with this French team currently. So, can Finn Russell get this over to make it a 10-point ball game? We saw Scotland build a huge lead against Wales, but they need to then maintain that lead and not just give it all away. So Finn Russell does convert the penalty, 13 points to 3, and it's a good lead. It's a good lead for Scotland to have, although it can be pretty much all wiped away by a converted try. France need to fire a shot in this first half. They've got 10 minutes to do so. Hamish Watson providing some commentary as he's not in the squad. So it's Dempsey who claims it inside their own 22. He's run it out though, so Ben White won't be able to kick it straight out. And France win the penalty. Oh, but no, they've carried. Nick Berry's allowed them to play on. They got the penalty advantage. Antonio bounces off. Don't know who that is, but I'll tell you what, it looks like a head knock for him. He's kind of reeled away from that. Malvaca. Sorry, it wasn't Malvaca. Who the hell is that? Don't know. Oh, France making decent meters here. Luku. Now it's Malvaca. Malvaca rides the tackle of Finn Russell. They're about 7 meters out. Luku. Aldrit gets it back and gets it to Ramos. Backs looking to push each other over here. France are less than a meter out. Luku to Antonio. Antonio with quick hands to Malvaca. Luku. Great quick hands. Ramos gets it over the top, and it'll be a simple run. Well, not actually that simple, but Gael Fickou does score. And France do get a try on the board in this first half. And that is just, I tell you what, the hands from the props there were brilliant. Really good hands from the props there, and a great pass over the top from Ramos. Great there from Fickou. Because of the slowness, the speed of the ball coming off the top of that pass from Ramos, it wasn't the easiest run in after that, but a great turnover there from I believe it's Aldrit. Great, no, it wasn't Aldrit, it was Currie. Such good hands there from the French props, and Fickou with acres of space, but really close from Hugh Jones. He does almost manage to get across. And France suddenly come to life in this first half. Thomas Ramos with a setup try, try assist, and Gael Fickou with the try. Both my players. And Ramos with quite a wide kick here. And no problem about it. He's got it. And that, see what I mean? Now it's a 3-point ball game. Just as easy as that. Scotland get a 3-pointer and France go the other end and score. And now we have a game on our hands. So Scotland kick long. They kick it to. I can't see who that is. It looks like Crow. There might be a substitution coming off. Luku, box kicks just outside his 22. He can't kick it dead. Patterson comes forward. He's hit in the air, and I think there's a penalty. Oh, no, this is just the ref saying backwards. White to Scumon. Scumon with carries it forwards, met by two French players. I think White's looking for a box kick here. No, yeah, he is. He's going to have to measure this perfectly, and he's done very well there. Ramos has to come forwards out of the 22. Sorry, Jalibert. It's bounced back. White has it back. Feeds inside to Hugh Jones. Or is it? No, it's not. It's one of the forwards, one of the flankers. And they're coming back for the knock-on advantage. Brilliant play there from Scotland. Jalibert just can't take it. Harassed by Duan van der Merwe in the air, and Scotland do manage to get the ball back, although they come back for the scrum. 6.5 minutes left in this first half. A really good first half. A bit cagey in the beginning. Scotland looking to open up, but France have steamed right back into it. But Scotland still looking like they're in the ascendancy here. Although Ben White's had a really good first half, I'd say. It's funny. I'd say the forwards overall, Scotland's winning in the forwards battle. They're looking a little bit more grunty, whereas France are looking a bit more slick in terms of their forwards, as like deft out the back passes. But I mean, Scotland's forwards doing the grunt work, that's for sure. Their back row is working hard, and Ben White is certainly linking well with Finn Russell in this game. Scotland playing the territory game very well currently. They definitely need to keep that up, and they need to keep France pinned in their half for most of the game, if not all of it, to try and get this win. But they are ahead, still 3 points ahead. But we've just seen how quickly that can turn around. Scottish scrum. Ball almost shoots out the back. White feeds Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu out the back to Russell. And Finn Russell on his toes manages to get the ball away. It's a good tackle on Patterson. Scotland do maintain it ball. Duan van der Merwe at scrum half. Out the back to Russell. Ferguson. Russell decides to stab it through. He does find grass. Ramos is going to have to be quick here. He gets the ball out. And he's got maybe 4 meters on that kick. But he only had, I'd say, less than... Oh, it's that ball from Tuipulotu. Russell really had to stretch to gather that. Five minutes left in this half. Scotland have the ball, and they have the field position. Last 5 minutes. Scotland with their own line out, just outside the 22. Tuipulotu takes on the Jalibert in the tackle. Jalibert is up to it. Oh, it's a great line from Turner. He's into the 22. White decides to go blind. Darge. Or is it Dempsey? One of the two. That was Darge. Dempsey now breaks one tackle. This is really good from Scotland. They're moving up slowly. White holds it up and passes to his forwards. Oh, and this looks like there's a turnover here. Nope. No, it's come back on Scotland's side. Darge with a good carry. He's brought it up to the 5 meter line. Gilchrist shrugs off one. He's almost over. Duan van der Merwe is going to pick up and go himself. He's met well by Antonio, although I say there's a no-arms tackle there. Yeah, penalty advantage Scotland. Rowe is screaming for it on that right wing. I wonder if it's for that no-arms tackle. 10 White offside. Now, does Scotland take the 3? Make it a 6-point ball game with 3.5 minutes left in this half, or do they go for the try? I'd say the way they've been looking, go for the try, maybe eke out another penalty, potential yellow card. Or where they are, set a scrum. Nope, looks like Turner's going to take a quick tap. Scotland looking for that try. Turner taps. Aldrich gets him down. Dempsey can't get through. White changes direction to Finn Russell. Finn Russell holds it inside to Tuipulotu. They're 2 meters out. White to Dodge. Dodge can't get there. France definitely not rolling away here. Scrum picks up. Oh, and Antonio with another shoulder charge. And it's a penalty advantage to Scotland again. Out to Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu out the back to Finn Russell. Finn Russell's wrapped up by Ramos. Oh, there's an intercept by a loose pass by the forwards. But they'll come back for the penalty. And I think Uni Antonio's got to go here. Offside. He was a shoulder charge. I think the refs missed the shoulder charge. He's gone for the offside call. Oh, no. Antonio is going to get a yellow card. Uni Antonio's got a yellow card. He says tackle without the ball. I think he's got that wrong. It's definitely a yellow, but it's actually a shoulder charge. And Uni Antonio is off. I'd say wrong reason, but right that he got a yellow card. He'd done twice there. Let's see. Yeah, no attempt to wrap there. Yeah, so definitely a yellow. Wrong reason, but he got a yellow card. The right player got the yellow card, so that's good. Multiple offsides as well. Now, does Finn Russell go for the points? I'd set the scrum. Yep, and they do. Scotland have set in the scrum, which means they're going to have to change a player potentially in the back line or the back row. And France will be down a man somewhere. So they can either look to shove them over or use the numbers in the back line. Scotland need to score here. Interesting, though, that yellow card is a TMO review. So it could be upgraded. I didn't see head contact, so I don't think it'll be upgraded to a red. And it's BLBLA who's coming off. I would definitely say that he's not going to get a red, purely because. Wait. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a red card for Uni Antonio because yes, it was no arms tackle, but there wasn't head contact. I don't believe. Yeah, so Scotland have a man extra in the back line here. They need to use it. I would steamroll as hard as I could with Tuipulotu here. Finn Russell use some magic. Either go to Johan van der Merwe or Tuipulotu and just steamroll. Send them forward straight into or just between two players and just get them over with strength. Just over 2 minutes left in this half. French coaching side not looking happy. Right, so Scotland set the scrum, basically the most centre in the field, right under the sticks. Scrum steady. Luku trying to both go to ground. Ben White is told to use it. Luku's holding him. Is there going to be a penalty advantage there? And it might be another yellow. Van der Merwe, he's tackled really well by Jalibert there. But they're under advantage. They come back. And it's offside again. It's repetitive offsides. There should probably be another yellow card. I would say that Luku's really cynical there. Go for another scrum. Honestly, go for another scrum. Yep, they do. Great tackle from Jalibert. I've got to give it to him. That was a stunning tackle. Luku just, yeah. Johan van der Merwe trying to cross with Hugh Jones, but a brilliant tackle round the ankles from Jalibert. Because that, if he got any kind of stride going there, you'd think Johan van der Merwe would be taking anyone over with him. But really good tackle there from Jalibert. But France under all sorts of pressure, both from the referee and from Scotland, and there's a brilliant chance for Scotland to either go 10 points clear, get another yellow, just keep eking out those penalties. So White will feed the scrum. Much cleaner scrum this time. Luku's not going to be able to do. Oh, it's not. France have managed to win a penalty at this scrum, and it's Aldegheri who. No, sorry, it's Cyril Bai who gets up, and Serum rather funnily puts up his thumb and thumbs up straight to his opposite man, almost thanking him for giving away a penalty. Yeah, and just as I thought, Antonio's yellow card will stay a yellow card. Very quickly reviewed there. It is a penalty, and Jalibert will look to just cut it there. It is half time. The teams will be going um, into the sheds at half time. Scotland leading 13 points to 10. Not a high degree of danger. That is the reason why the yellow card will remain a yellow card. Um, so that's half time. I'd say Scotland bossing most of that first half. France staying in the fight with a penalty from Ramos and a conversion, and obviously that try from Gael Ficou. Good first half. Scotland showing a lot of dominance there. And that yellow card, they really need to get some points on the board from that yellow card in the second half. They need to score early in the second half. France managing to stay alive in this game, very much so, thanks to Gael Ficou and Thomas Ramos. That is half time, guys. Thanks for joining me for this first half. I will see you soon, probably in about just over 10 minutes for the second half. Really looking forward to it, and I think we're in for a very tight game. Um, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But see you soon, guys. Have a go, grab a drink, and it's thirsty work. So I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys. All right. And I believe we are back. No, go away. Stupid adverts. We are back. The teams are back onto the field, and this is going to be a interesting second half of rugby. I think we're in for a treat. I reckon. Um, a lot of pressure now on both sides. Only 3 points in it. Um, I think we're in for a hell of a game. Let's see. Have the polls changed? Yeah, hugely. 60% think Scotland are going to win. 39% think France. 1% think a draw. It's out of 107 people. So Scotland coming away quite favourably in that poll. Just remember, guys, do let me know what your score predictions are for the end of the game, and also just chuck some banter in the chat. I love seeing a bit of bants, and would be happy to respond to it. So do chuck it in. So France will get the kickoff underway. Jalibert kicks fairly long into the 22, and it is Dempsey who takes it and runs it out of the 22. So Ben White cannot kick directly to touch. Referee says use it. 7 minutes left on that Antonio yellow card. And it is Ramos who fields the kick. Ramos runs it back, beats one tackle. He's got up to the 10-meter line now. Luku's got it. Luku to Jalibert. Jalibert off to Gabrilag. Luku again. They're looking to move it. Jalibert off to Woki. Steps in field. Almost back up to the 10. Luku again. Goes deep this time to Jalibert. Jalibert lobs it high. Not much depth on this kick. It's going to bomb down. And tell you what, flipping Patterson coming forward knocked it out of his own player's hands. France have reclaimed it. Christie's on the field. Oh, okay, so there's been a sub for Scotland. Christie stole it. Scotland have won it back through Christie. Great first play of his game. Back to Russell. Russell launches it downfield. He's found grass. Ramos has got it though, and he will look to clear, and does so. Brings play up to about the 10-meter in Scotland's half. Andy Christie with the blonde tips on. Ferguson is the one who's made way for Christie. And Andy Christie obviously been playing for Saracens for quite a long time. Been one of their star players, I'd say, in recent times. So it's good to see him getting some actual game time for Scotland. Christie takes it, brings it down. He's already wrapped around. Brilliant play. Although the referee said use it once. Turner's got it, and he'll feed White. White with a bomb. Launches a box kick for Van der Merwe to chase. Ramos rises. No, sorry. Yeah, Ramos rises high to get it. And Van der Merwe does take him out. Scotland have taken it quickly. Oh, they've been called back. Okay, so it'll be a French throw-in because Ramos threw it into a Scottish player before he was tackled out. So Mavaka will have the line-out throw. Mavaka goes to the middle. Again, the line-out is really sloppy, and Skuman picks it up. Scotland have the ball again. Gilchrist feeds to Ferguson. White to Darge. White again. Who's that? He's got a scrum cap on, but it's a different colour. Couldn't see who that was. Here is Dempsey. Dempsey carries Cyril by with him. Russell with a kick over the top. He's found grass. Ramos has to come in. He's kicked it on the full and kicked it downfield. Here is Patterson. Patterson running it back. Ramos tackles him well. White to Cummings. He's dropped it, and it'll be a knock on. So it'll be a scrum to France just inside their own half. A really good attacking intent from both sides here in this second half. That was poor from Cummings. He dropped that cold. He was not under pressure either. But France's lineouts look really poor, really, really poor um, this game, and it's giving me a lot of Welsh vibes from last weekend. Lineouts won 11 for Scotland, 3 for France. France have lost 2 of their own lineouts. Scotland have lost none. Um, France need to really work on that. Not looking great. And it is, I think, it's more. It says more about Scotland than France because France have some really good line-out jumpers, but for Scotland are just making their life hell. So French scrum just inside their own 10-meter line. Luku feeds the scrum. I mean, that clearly wasn't fed straight, but none of it has been. Aldrich picks up off the back. He's got attention from Darge. He does manage to carry up about 5 meters. Luku to Cyril Bai, who's met by Skuman and carried back by him. Really good hit there from Skuman. Luku looking for a box kick here. 5 minutes into the second half, Luku does kick downfield, although they don't really have a winger because of the yellow card to Antonio, so Bielbiarri's off. Oh, it's great feet there from Rowe. He's beat 2 defenders. Russell's going to take the tackle the line here. It's not a great pass that time from Russell. Not a knock on from Hugh Jones, but it's just Hugh Jones done really well there to get through. Fiku does bring him down, but they're up over halfway. Russell with a kick downfield for Rowe to chase. It's too deep, and Ramos will mark it. Sorry, it was Christie to chase. Just too far there from Finn Russell. And it wasn't a great pass, but Hugh Jones did really well there to cut back in field. Ramos will launch this as far downfield as he can and finds a good touch. And I think it was Johan van der Merwe who... No, it was Finn Russell who trips over the signposting for Guinness 0.0 on the sideline, having a little laugh to himself. As he does, he falls over that and the water bottles. That's an Andy Good moment. So it'll be a line out to Scotland. Antonio getting ready to come back on. He's got about 20 seconds left on his yellow card. Turner with a line out. So they'll want to keep their hands on this ball. Oh, and France get a turnover at this line out. Luku running back. Feeds it to Crow. Cyril Bai. I love Cyril Bai. He's huge. He's got such a baby face. What a player he is. Luku looking for a box kick here. I'd get the ball off the park if you can, just so you can get your man back on the field. Not got much depth on that box kick at all, but they do manage to tap it back. Gilchrist is he's onside and then taps it back, but France claim it. Olivon, Luku feeds Mavaka to Jalibert. No, there's Jalibert who stabs it through. He's found grass and good cover there by Patterson. He's outside the 22 though, so he can't kick it dead. Kicks it very long, and there's a knock on here from Jalibert. Although, yeah. Yeah, he tried to take that as like a basketball pass and just kind of went and just slapped it down. So there's a knock on. It will be a scrum to Scotland. However, yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. It means that France are back up to their 15 men. Oh my god! Okay, some subs coming on here for France. Antonio's back on. Pausolo Tuolangi, the 150 kg 19-year-old, is coming on. And let's see who else is coming on. Yeah, no, that was 100% a yellow card. Aldegheri is back off. Bielbiarri obviously is back on. Pausolo Tuolangi is on. Son of Henry, nephew of Manu. The man is a big unit. God, he's big. Oh my, oh my God! I don't even want to know how heavy their scrum is now. Who's he come on for though? Is he? He's playing lock. Yes, he's at lock. So I think he's taken on. Oh, actually, it looks like yeah. So I think it's Gabriel. No, Gabriel is still on. So I think Crow is on. No, it's not Crow. Who else? It might be Wokey. Wokey might have gone off. So White feeds the scrum, and it looks like he okay. So he feeds Finn. No, Tupelotu takes on the straight into the line and bounces off Jalibert. And there's a knock on. Oh no, there's a strip. Oh, and this could be a try for Scotland. So yeah, let me see what happened here. That was just and Alexandre Roumain is on. So I don't know who he's taking the place of. So I think it's going to be a 5 meter scrum to Scotland here because I think it was slapped back by France and then carried over by France and dotted down. 5 meter scrum, and Scotland with a huge attacking opportunity here. I don't even know how that happened. So it went to Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu hits the line, stripped, I think, by a French player, and then picked up by Scotland, and then yeah, obviously slapped back and tagged and dotted by France. Was that not a knock on? Yeah, it was. Tuipulotu didn't lose it in the tackle. Oh, okay, so it's not. It was played in goal by Blue, so I think it's going to be a goal line dropout. Yep, goal line dropouts. No scrum. God, Antonio's a big man. Bloody hell. So goal line dropout. So we did get to the final, the proper, let's say, conclusion. 46. Are you watching this game at the moment? How are you guys doing? Where are you watching from? Chuck it in the chat. Let's have a bit of bants. So, Jalibert kicks downfield off foot, huge drop kick all the way up to the halfway. Dempsey's going to run it straight back into them. Lucky he didn't ram into Pasolo Tuolangi. Oh, really good line there from Tuipulotu. Gets it off to Christie. Christie rides the tackle. He's into the 22. Aldreit's going to get the penalty here. And what a turnover there from Aldreit. Scott Bowie, ref. That was Scotland ball. France were over the top. No, it was a brilliant turnover there from Aldreit. Really good there from Aldreit. But really good line there from both Tuipulotu and Christie. And Hugh Jones trying to clear out, but completely misses Aldreit. And then White just can't get him off quick enough. And the penalty is conceded. Really good there from Aldreit. A real captain's innings from the man. Aldreit looking potentially injured here. Oof. Now, what is it? Is his leg? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. So I think there's an injury here to Gregor to Aldreit. I think his knee took a hit. So yeah, it looks like Aldreit will be going off. That turnover will be his last act of the game, which I believe means Boudon is coming on. Yep. God, he's not exactly a small man either. Oh, where do the French breed these guys? They're all huge. Greg Aldred, unfortunately, is going off, replaced by Paul Boudon. And I think it's a knee injury for Aldred here. Shame, he's had a bloody good game, Aldred. He's been playing really well. Oh, oh, and it looks like Le Garec is coming on as well, which means Luku will be making way for him. And I wonder if Moefana is going to come on soon. I wouldn't say no. I'd say it's unlikely he'll come on anytime soon because BLBRA obviously will off for a while. And oh, I tell you what, they are strapping up that leg. They're putting a pressure thing on it as well. So this must be something not good. They clearly don't want that leg moving at all. They've got the stretcher out, the stretcher on wheels. I don't know. I don't know about Luke. I can't say if he's had a great game or not. His kicks, his box kicks have been decent, but lack of nippiness on attack, I'd say. I don't know where this has happened. Yeah, he felt that immediately. He's on his feet and being moved onto the stretcher. I mean, yeah, 14 tackles made, two tackle breaks, and six carries, and he's had a good game. God, it feels like we've been in this half for ages now. So, well, the game is what we're 10 minutes into the second half. It's been sorry about that. It was a very long break there. Um, Absolute unit that France have just lost here, and hopefully he recovers very quickly. Don't want to see him on the sidelines for long. Um, he doesn't look in too much distress, so Jalibert will finally get the game back underway with a kick to touch. Brings play just just outside, so brings play basically up to halfway. All right, so I think it's a debut for Roumain. Marchand is on the field as well. A lot of changes here for France. I think their whole bench bar Moefana is on. Le Garec trying to speed things up now for France's attack. Looking already far more nimble than Luku. Marchand with a good carry. Danty held up really well. Le Garec. Tuilangi. Oh, he's such a unit. Le Garec again. And Cyril by with a carry. Jalibert. Jalibert feeds his big number, what, six? Cruel. They're going blind. And it's Penaud who stabs it through for Bielbiari to chase. Both wingers matching up. They don't. Scotland managed to keep it out of their own try. No, they're just inside their own try area. No, sorry, they're just outside, so they can clear. Russell with a box kick will get as much distance as he can on this, and I think he brings play up to about 22. But good defence there from Scotland, or rather, good scramble there from Scotland. This is good from Penaud. He does manage to look that ball straight through behind Patterson. Patterson has to chase back. BLBRE right on him. But Patterson does so well to stay over the try line instead of getting pushed back over it. I tell you what, that injury to Aldridge had a very strange effect on the game. Scotland had a lot of momentum in that, and it's just kind of been taken away from them. So they do win their line out. It's not. It's messy. Dante drops. Oh, and Dante's knocked it on. And Dante, I tell you what, Dante has not looked good, not looked fantastic since the World Cup. I mean, look, it was a horrible pass, but yes, it was a knock on. Oh, Darge almost getting a high hit there. Darge really just getting under Dante's skin there. The French coach is not liking that at all, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see Dante come off um, for Moefana. Dante just hasn't looked threatening really in the first two games. So 25 minutes left. Scotland still have that 3-point lead. No points scored in the second half currently. And Scotland get the free kick at the scrum. Early shove from the French forwards. And Finn Russell will kick quickly. He's found a bit of space in that 22. Peno feeds inside to Ramos. Ramos has to step in field. Gets it out to Peno. Peno drops it forwards. Hugh Jones has got it. No. How the hell did that happen? Well, anyway, it's going to be a scrum. It's going to be a scrum down to Scotland for that knock on from Peno. So Scotland with an attacking scrum here. Tell you what, 9 handling errors from France. Not fantastic. Look, I know that. Is it raining? It's not raining at the moment, but I know it's not dry. It's been a very wet evening last night. So the ball will be a bit slippery. Um, and Scotland have, I think, six handling errors. But I tell you what, this will be a huge scalp for Scotland if they can pull this off. And I do want them to. For those of you here watching right now, I will also be doing the England Wales game. So you'll probably see me throw a hell of a lot more rage if England are playing badly. So it'll be quite entertaining. So do stick around for that as well. Um, if you saw me during the World Cup, that England Samoa game, I don't think I've ever raged so much in front of, let's say, online. So it could be interesting. And obviously, I'm expecting a good game. It always is England Wales in Twickenham. So do stick around for that. But we've still got 25 great minutes of rugby between these two. So it's the back of the Scottish scrum. It's an advantage. Scotland under advantage. White to Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu feeds Hugh Jones. Yep. Russell. Russell goes wide to Patterson. Patterson can't see off Bielbiari. John van der Merwe picks it up and goes himself. Met by Fiku. Still playing under penalty advantage. White to Fagerson. No. Skuman, rather. White to Russell. Russell with a single pump. Hugh Jones running onto it, but he is tackled very early. White. Back to Fagerson. It's good defense here from France. Skuman up over the 22. White to Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones had a lot of work to do. I'd imagine Redpath will be coming on soon. Dodge. And they're coming back for the penalty. And I imagine they'll go for the 3 points here. It's a gimme. So, is Russell going to take the kick? Think so. Oh my God. Well, stop showing us Jalibert, although I think he was the one penalised. Yes, so Finn Russell will be going for the points. So you'd imagine that'll be 16 points to 10. And with 22 minutes left to play, 6-point lead. It's not enough, but it's something. It is something. And rather do that than not get a try. Straight down the middle from Finn Russell. First points in the second half. 17 and a half minutes in. Come on, Scotland. Come on. Keep it up. All right, so France kick off. They go deep. Ferguson. Taufifenua has come onto the field now. And that is everyone but Moefano on the field for France. White will clear. Straight to Ramos, who kicks downfield, not very far. And Finn Russell rises and catches it. Well played there from Russell. He was under pressure. Gilchrist with the carry. Brought straight to ground. By Taufifenua. Is he on? He might be on debut himself, actually. Big prop forward. White kicks it downfield for Rowe to chase. Yeah, for Carl Rowe to chase. France take it in. Ramos acting at scrum off. Newman, Taufifenua to Posolo Tuolangi. Big carry from the massive lock. Boudon to so Boudon with a carry there. Le Garrec speeding play up a little bit here. Boudon again. Supported by Ruma. Le Garrec, I think he's going to look to box kick here. He needs to make sure he gets the distance right, so they can't mark it. It's perfectly weighted, and Russell has to rise, come out of the 22 and catch it. He does really well, to be fair to him. Tuolangi looking to get this ball back. Really trying to get himself over this. Scotland have done really well to maintain possession there. Dempsey picks up and goes. Gets a few yards. White is going to look to box kick and get some territory back. 60 minutes in, 20 minutes left to go. And White with a box kick. Is it Bielbiarria? Nope, Ramos is under that. Ramos takes on the line. Met by Turner. And Kyle Rowe. Le Garrec. Jalibert. Jalibert feeds his forwards in Ruma. And they're back over the halfway. Le Garrec. Back to Jalibert. Not a great pass. So he has to kick. Penno's chasing. It's a good kick. It's outside the 22. Oh, and Patterson rises high. Definitely tackled in the air there. Ref hasn't seen it. I'd argue he was tackled in the air. Skuman. Carries straight into Krul. Ben White looking for another box kick, and it has come down to a little bit of kick tennis now from the box kicks. Good box kick there. Fallen to Jalibert. Johan van der Merwe wraps him up. France have maintained possession. Le Garrec. Jalibert. Jalibert throws it out. Sorry, it was to Ramos who was acting at 10 there. France got him told to leave it. Le Garrec feeds his forwards. Fiku's got it now. Good tackle by Tupelo. Christie tries to get over it, but can't. Tuolangi, no one's going to flip and move him, that's for sure. Looks like Le Garrec's going to go for a box kick here. I wonder who's going to come off for Moefana. I would say you'd probably look to bring Dante off. Finn Russell, straight under it, not under any pressure, so he doesn't have to jump. Kicks it straight downfield, and I think he's got... Oh, the ball doesn't go out. It would have been a 50-22, but instead it's going to roll just straight and straight over the line for a Ooh, goal line dropout. Oh, that could have been a 50-22. Mo Fana is coming on, and I called it. I think he's coming on for Dante. Yep, Dante's coming off. And to be honest, he's looked so just placid in this game that I'm not surprised that Dante is the one who's being taken off. Um, Certainly, Fiku has been the better of the two. So Jalibert launches it downfield, all the way up to halfway. Finn Russell's there. Is he gonna? He's gonna line up a drop goal. Russell launches a drop goal, but he has not got the direction or the distance. So the ball's just dotted down, and it'll be a 22-meter dropout. That was a long attempt to a drop kick there. Nah, he never had the accuracy. Never had all the distance. But right idea. I probably would have tried that. Ball comes to oh Bealberry smashes Kyle Rowe as he catches the ball. White just inside their own half, looking to box kick here. Does so for who is that chasing? Oh, it's been knocked backwards by France. Bealberry comes away with it. Fields Ligarek who kicks forwards. Picked up by who was that? Healy's not on it. Oh, it is Healy. Healy, come on. Healy might be on. But I didn't see them doing any subs. But I think Healy. No, it's Rowe. Although Healy has come on. Don't know what he's playing though. Rowe kicks downfield to Ramos. Ramos is going to launch a kick, his own kick. No, just it's a bunch of kick tenders here. Patterson. Oh, and I think he's sliced that a little bit. Doesn't go too far, and it finds Ramos. Ramos kicks it back over. Straight to Finn Russell. Finn Russell is just going to stand still and look to really... And no one's moving. Yeah, I don't like this rule. He kicks downfield, and he's got a lot of time. He does get it out. Ramos decides to take it quickly, though. Peno steps back in field. Peno's beaten one, beaten two. Eventually brought down by White. Finally, they're starting to run it. Ligarek feeds his forwards. I can see Ligarek lining up that back line. He's looking to get it behind the Scottish backs. But it's just taken way too long, and he's going to box kick it now. Way too long to get that ball to the back. And it goes high. Russell takes it really cleanly. Off to Patterson. Patterson needs to get rid of it here. It's not a good pass from Patterson. Van der Merwe doesn't grab it. Oh, I tell you what, Fiku somehow got that. Advantage to Scotland here. Darge comes away with it. Advantage White feeds Russell. Russell out the back. Kicks downfield. And it's out on the full. And it'll be a penalty to Scotland. So they'll have obviously the free kick to the touchline. But to be honest, it's a good eventuality for Scotland. Takes away some time. We've only got 14 minutes left at this game now, and yeah, I mean, it's certainly worked well for them in terms. Now they get some field position as long as Russell gets it out, which he does. Not his best kick, certainly not his best kick, but they maintain possession. That's the important thing. Total kicks 28 for Scotland, 23 for France. Total kick distance 1,026 meters for Scotland, 753 for France. So you can see Scotland making much better use of their kicks. Turner, surprised he's not gone off it for Ashman. Ashman had a great impact. Turner looks like they're going to go to the far lifter. White to Russell. Russell with a kick over the top. Hasn't. Peno's knocked it on. Peno. What? Yeah, no, that was definitely a knock on from Peno. What the hell's going on there? Ben White's got back there for the kick through, and he kicks downfield. Ball doesn't go out. I think it's Ramos who's claimed it. Ramos kicks downfield, and I bet you we're going to have some more kick tennis. Rowe. He passes inside to Russell. Russell launches it downfield. Back to Ramos. And Ramos kicks it back downfield. Back to Finn Russell. Oh my God, there's so much of the referee just stopping players from moving because there's just so little movement from the players. This is so pointless. Finally, France looking to do something. Moefana tries to run it. Oh, and Finn Russell's tried to stab it through off a loose ball. Oh, and even the referee was like, what the bloody hell's going on there? It will be a scrum to France, and I'm not even 100% sure why. Finn Russell comes forward and kicks it into Skuman. Well, that was just so confusing. So Ashman is finally going off, and Ashman's coming on. Turner's finally coming off, and I'm surprised that didn't happen earlier. Yeah, and here we got Nigel Owens talking about that law, and he's like, yeah, he wants it changed as well. So I don't expect that law to remain for too long. It's a really weird law, and it can literally stop the entire game, which is not obviously good for viewing, and it's just very boring. It encourages kicking. So scrum down just inside Scotland's half, so about on the 10 to France. Le Garec feeds. And it's Crow who picks it up. He's playing 8 now. Le Garec goes blind. Looks a bit forward. Bielbieri chips over the top. He's got the pace here. Bielbieri's going to score. And does so. And that was just too easy for Bielbieri. And Scotland, what are they doing? And it's just a simple chip over the top. No fullback. It's sweeping. And that's the second try for France. And this could take them into the lead. He's played 9 caps. He's got 6 tries. He's got a good try scoring record. Yeah, this is really. Oh God, Kyle Rowe was so narrow there. I agree, Scott. I think there was a forward pass there, but Kyle Rowe, why were you so narrow? You didn't. You had enough players. You caused your own fullback to need to come up. That's really poor from Scotland. I was looking at that. Apparently they've looked at it and it was flat, but it looked a little forward for me. So Jalibert now has a chance to put them ahead. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, what am I talking about? Not Jalibert. Ramos. Thomas Ramos. Can he put France in front for the first time in this game? We've got 9 minutes left. The question is, if France go ahead, which they do, can Scotland come back? France lead by a point, 17 points to 16. First time in the game they've led. Scotland now have to try and win it. Russell kicks high and long. Van der Merwe's chasing. Great take there by Penno. They're outside their own 22 though, so they can't kick dead. Le Garec's going to feed us forwards. Cyril by no, sorry, that's 16. So that is that's Marchand. Tell you what, it shows good character from France if they've managed to win. If they manage to win this game, Le Garec picks up and kicks. He can't kick that dead. It was carried in. That was carried back, taken back in to the 22. So how can he kick dead? Hepburn is also on the field now. Scotland really need to work a penalty here. Get into France's half and work a penalty. They have to. They desperately need this. They need to win this game. If they don't, they're out of the Six Nations, pretty much. And it's an overthrow. Finn Russell doesn't manage to get forwards to claim it. So France do have the ball. Legarec looking to kick, decides not to, feeds back to Penaud. Penaud kicks forwards. I don't see him kicking off. And he does find grass, though. And it's Patterson who's coming across. Oh, he steps really well. BLBRE can't get him. And then he kicks downfield, straight down the middle. Does find grass. Jalibert. Jalibert's got plenty of time, though. He kicks downfield. He finds Finn Russell. Finn Russell might actually run this. Nope, he decides to run up a little bit and then spiral it. Pinning Jalibert down in that corner, though. I think Jalibert did a banana kick there. Russell's back in his own 22. He's not moving forward, so the French players can't charge him. He kicks downfield, and this time he does find touch. But the problem is, now that they're behind, Scotland can't afford to waste time like that. Scotland have to get into France's half and win a penalty. Scotland with more visits to the 22, 7, but only 1.4 points per visit, whereas France had 5 and scored 3.4 points per visit. But they've got about the same amount of time in each other's 22. Well, I tell you what, I think the rain is lashing down now. Scotland do win the line out off France's throw. And then there's a knock on at the back of that line. But there's a penalty. Penalty against Scotland. And now will Ramos go for the points? It's a long and hard kick. But I'd say they're more likely to go, yes, Scott Cummings. Scott Cummings? Yeah, Scott Cummings dragging down the player in that line out. And he'll be frustrated there. Grant Gilchrist is off, and Skinner is on. I imagine Ramos will be going. No, Jalibert is going to go for the touch here. They'll just want to eat up as much time as possible and spend it all in Scotland's half. So not going for poles makes sense. It was a long kick as well. Oh, it's not the best of kicks from Jalibert. Referee's been quite generous to that, I think. Sorry, not the referee, the touch judge. But I tell you what, 5 minutes left, and there's 1 point in this game. France do win a line out. They've set the maul. Scotland have lifted the front player off the ground, though. Scotland need to be careful. They cannot give away a penalty. Scotland still... No, France moving forwards with this maul. Scotland need to be careful here. Not only not to give away... And they've given away a penalty, and I bet you that's game over. Moefana out the back. Ramos stabs it through for BLBRE to chase, and it doubles out. But they'll come back for the penalty. I imagine Ramos will go for the points, eat up a good 2 minutes or so, and make it a 4-point ball game. France will force Scotland to have to score a try to win this game. And I'd say that's game over. That's most likely game over for Scotland here, which is sad. And that's, I mean, I hope Scotland can find a way to win this, because I do want them to win. I want them to have a good Six Nations. Cam Redpath getting ready to come on. Very late to bring him on. I would have brought him on a bit earlier. That being said, Hugh Jones with that knee knock early on in the first half, he's done well. He's played decently. But, I mean, France have come into this second half. Yeah. And this is my problem, is that this is Scotland's problem, is they're not an 80-minute team. And that's not good. You're hearing the Marseillaise ring around Murrayfield. Ramos knocks the kick over, 20 points to 16. Scotland have 3 minutes to go and score a try. 3 minutes to score a try. Scotland have to find something here. They have to find something special in order to steal this game. Finn Russell kicks off quickly. Oh, Scotland have managed to get the ball back. Tuipulotu. Hit well. He's got the pass out the back off. Russell feeds Redpath. No, sorry, not Redpath. Don't know who that was actually. Finn Russell out the back to Redpath. He's met so quickly on defense by Ligarek. White. I tell you what, Horn hasn't even come on. White again. Russell. Ashman with a good carry, but not really getting much ground here, Scotland. Russell has to flick it off the wrist so fast because he's the French defence up so quickly. Scotland still got it. White feeds the forwards. Scotland are going to have to find something special here. White to Russell to Tuipulotu. They're struggling to get any distance on their runs here. White to Skinner. Scotland camped on that halfway line. Russell has to go long and wide to Rowe. Rowe's found a gap here. Rowe's through. Come on, Rowe. Go on, Rowe. He's knocked it on. Oh, such a good run from Kyle Rowe, but he's knocked it on in the tackle. Oh, he just didn't have the pace. But what a good step in and line break. Steps in field, steps out, and then a great tackle from behind and knocks it on in the tackle. Brilliant there. And it's who is that who tracked back to catch him? I think it was Ligarek who got back to catch him. Oh, and you can see on his face, he's so frustrated. A minute 20 left, and Scotland are in the right area of the field now, but it is a scrum to France. Can Scotland get a penalty off this scrum? They have to throw everything into this scrum now. Oh, what a final throw at the dice, though. 69 people. Yeah. Just so close. So close for Scotland. 164 votes for Scotland. No, 164 votes in total. 63% of you saying Scotland would win this. France will want to use up as much time as possible in this scrum, just so that they can kick it out. Let's see here. So we've got a minute 15 for Scotland somehow to get this ball and steal the game with a try. Ligarek feeds. It's under. They're going to feed Moefana. Moefana's going to run into Ben White. White tries to get over it. He's cleaned out. Russell's found a way to get it. Russell's got it back. Scotland have possession. Scotland somehow have got possession. Dodge tries to carry it up. He's pushed sideways. They need some big carries here. Come on, Scotland. Come on, Scotland. Hepburn with a good carry. They're 4 meters out. Fagerson. Russell trying to ask the referee for a penalty. 30 seconds left. Come on, Scotland. Find a way. Skinner. So close from Skinner. Russell's going to have to act it. Nope, he's going to pull out. France is going to have to defend so hard here. Come on, Scotland. Duan van der Merwe trying to go himself. He's not there. I think it's held up. Scotland, I think, got over, but I think they're held up. The ball's come back. Ben White's going to have it. No, they're going to use their forwards again. Scotland are over the line. I think it's called held up. And so it's called held up, but they're going to check. They're going up to the TMO. So the referee's called it held up, but they are checking. The clock's in the red, so this is it. Either Scotland have scored and won, or France have won. So on-field decision of no try. Come on. Please say he got it down. Come on. Come on, come on. So the sad thing is they need conclusive proof that he's got the ball down. No, it's on a foot. Oh, oh! I think it's a try, but I don't know if it's going to be allowed to be awarded. Come on. So it's off. It's off the ground there. There, it's down. It's a try. It's a try. Scotland are going to steal this. Come on. It was originally on the boot. Then it's off the boot, and it has to be down. I think that's a try. I think Scotland have scored this. Yeah, so down on the boot there. No, that's not a try. Then it rolls off the boot and onto the floor. So no try there on the boot. Then off the boot onto the floor. Try. Try. But I don't know if it's conclusive enough. The problem is, it is a try. I don't know if he can overturn it through that, though. Oh my god, what an end. Yeah, so not try there. It, that doesn't show. Come on, you've got to award it. He's got the try. There, it's on the floor. Oh, I think they're going to award it. I think they're going to award it. Ooh. Although, I mean, that's lost. If it's lost, it's backwards. This is the thing. It's can he clearly see the ball on the ground? Oh my god, I've never been so tense after a Scotland game. Boot. Yes. That's on the floor. There's nothing underneath that. It has to be a try. Come on, it's got to be a try. Oh shit, it's not going to be a try. Oh no! It's no try. Oh, that is horrible. That is so horrible, and purely because of one sentence, Scotland have lost the game, and I don't think that's fair. Oh god, I feel for Scotland there, but that's it. Oh god. So Scotland do lose 20 points to 16. unfairly because they 100% scored there, but it just wasn't enough evidence to like he couldn't say for absolute certain that there wasn't a finger or a hand under that, um, so that he could not overturn his on-field decision. And it is a try, and Scotland will feel robbed. And I get it. I understand. Scotland should have won that game, but it's not the referee's fault. It's not the TMO's fault. That's just the laws of the game. It's just unfortunate. Oh, I feel for them though. I feel so sorry for them, and they'll feel robbed. And thanks for joining me for this game, guys. Like, oh my god, that was just nerve-wracking. Yeah, and it's not even the fact yeah, I'd agree with you that they're robbed, not because anyone wanted to take it away from them, but it was the language that was used initially. And Gail Fiku gets man of the match. Yes. Yeah, he's in my team. Good man. But you got to feel for Scotland. No, through no one's fault. I understand why the referee used the language he did before the review, but oh, oh god, you got to feel for Scotland. It was an odd second half. That was obviously a try, Ivan. What are you talking about? Obviously a try. I understand why they didn't award it because of the language used, but that was 100% a try. But anyway, Scotland do unfortunately lose to France at Murrayfield, 20 points to 16. Just a very strange second half there. Robbed by no one other than language, unfortunately. Um, but that's sadly the way rugby goes sometimes. But we've got another huge game coming up: England versus Wales. I will be doing it again as Steve is unable to. So I'll see you there for any of you who are going to stick on. We got about half an hour until that. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Um, don't go away. And you know, heartbreak for Scotland, but France do get their campaign underway, and just a very interesting game. So I'll see you soon, guys. Don't go anywhere. We've got another smashing game coming up. Cheers. Right, and that is it. I think we're live. Reviewing the France Scotland game, an absolute heartbreak in the end for Scotland to be denied a victory and to carry on their Six Nations challenge, which is still alive technically, but to carry on their Six Nations challenge in a decent style is denied to them by language, not anyone's out and out decision, purely by language. They weren't robbed by the referee, they weren't robbed by the TMO, they were robbed by language because that was a try 100%. There was just the wrong language used, unfortunately, by the referee in his, I suppose, decision, and then going to the TMO. That the TMO could not say 100% that the ball was on the ground. Appears like that for all money, but he couldn't see underneath it because of things in the way. So therefore, he cannot confirm without a doubt. And I get that. I understand that. It's just so unfortunate because it was clear. It was 99% sure, but that 1% is what robbed Scotland. And just so unfortunate. France do get their campaign underway. Finally, it's only 4 points, so they've got a lot to do, a lot of work to do in catching up. But you've got to feel for Scotland. That is just horrible and heartbreak. And I understand why the referee originally said held up. I get it. From what looking at this replay right now and where the angle he's looking, it looks for all money held up. It was initially on the boot and then shifted over. But a very strange and cagey second half from both teams, but more so from Scotland, especially after the dominance they showed in the first half. And it's quite reminiscent of last week. And Scotland need to sort out this issue, otherwise they will never get anywhere. They've got the players they need. They have very talented players, but I don't know if it's a mentality thing. I don't get it. I don't know what the issue is, but they need to sort it out. Um, and it's unfortunate for Scotland. I really, really feel for them. I'd be fuming if I was if it happened to England, more so than I fume at England themselves. But that's just, I suppose, how rugby is at the moment. And look, there are a few laws that need to change. Specifically, that whole new kick law that's come into play, where if a player doesn't move after he's got the kick, offside players can't move, and they can just stay. That nothing happens. They just stay still. It made the game very strange in the second half, and even Nigel Owens was calling for that to change. But really unfortunate for Scotland there, and I feel for them. They should have won it at the end. Just denied by language. England, you heartless bitch. Sorry, English, you heartless bitch, not England. Well, actually, you could argue that too. But thanks for joining me, guys. My name's Cal on Forever Rugby for Forever Sports. Scotland go down, heartbreak at the end. It's 20 points to 16. France get an away victory. And that is just the nature of the game. But once again, thank you for joining me. I'll be live in about 20 minutes for the England game. So join me there. Cheers, guys.